So I haven't spoke to my dad in like and I mean like mouth to mouth, probably like August of no, when last time I spoke to this dude? I say like yeah, like no, like August of like 2023. That's probably like the last time me and him had a conversation on the phone. You know, um, I had went to visit him that same year. Oh, hold on, let me cook this chicken. I gotta season this chicken meat, man. Ugh. I season this chicken meat, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna talk while I'm seasoning this chicken meat, man. You know what I'm saying? Pepper. Sprinkle me, man. Sprinkle me, man. Sprinkle me, man. Sprinkle me, man. Time. But anyways, I done spoke to my dad, and so that's over 2 years of not speaking to him like that, right? Uh, you know, I'll say like 2 months ago, we've exchanged a few text messages, but that's about it. Nothing really, no serious conversation, things of that nature. Uh, Now for the new people on this channel, shout out to Gave All the Doomer for giving me a shout out, giving me some more subscribers. I believe I got maybe like 6-7 subscribers from that live stream. So if you are a new person, if you are new to the Fleece Johnson's Protege channel, you are way behind on the lure. You are way behind on the lure of the Great Messiah. You know, my lure is very expansive. You're way behind, and I can't really get into everything, right? But I can summarize a little bit. So me and my dad are not on the best of terms. You know, I had lived with him for like over a year, and we was always arguing and stuff like that. We have a lot of differing opinions that contrast from one another. But anyways, I wanted to take the time to apologize for some of my actions that I felt was, you know, not the best thing to do. When I was living with my dad, when I was like 20, right? My dad didn't have me pay no bills. He said, "Hey, you don't gotta pay no bills over here. You don't gotta pay nothing." You know, at first, he didn't really care if I worked or not. But then eventually, you know, I started to notice that he was kind of caring a little bit. He didn't say it. He didn't say it outwardly, but I can kind of tell after a while that he did kind of care a little bit. But still, he didn't care about me getting no bills. Paying bills. All he wanted me to do was just clean the house when he went to work, and when he came back, house clean. Right? That's what he wanted me to do. And I didn't do it because at the time. Now, this is remind you, I'm speaking from past tense. This is not my mindset now. At the time, I was like, man, I ain't trying to listen to nobody tell me what to do. Fuck that. I ain't trying to listen to this man tell me what to do. I'm too old to be getting told what to do. Right? Now, the only reason why I moved with him was because I had got evicted from my apartment because I was trying to practice law of attraction, and I thought I could manifest my rent being paid, which that didn't happen, obviously. So I had to move in with him. My mom called him. Hey, you know, Sizzle needs a place to stay. Can he stay with you? He said yes. So only rules he had for me was just mainly just keep the house clean. That's it. And just, you know, if he needs me to do something, help him do it. You feel me? So I wasn't doing it because I didn't want to get bossed around. I didn't want to follow somebody's rules and stuff like that. So that caused conflict. So I apologized. I said, hey, Dad, you know, I apologize for not following some of your rules. You know what I'm saying? I apologize for not following some of your rules. You know, I said if you're a man and you going to work and you paying all the bills, why can I not clean the house up if I'm home all day long? You know, why can I not take an hour or two to clean the house up? You know what I'm saying? So I had to apologize for that. He also had a wife not a wife. My stepmom. She also wasn't doing that as well. So it's two grown people that can't clean the house and make him something to eat by the time he get back. You know, I ain't know how to cook though, but you know, still two of us. We should have made sure the house is clean and he got food by the time he got back. So I apologize for that. Right? What else I apologize for? What else did I tell him? Yeah. So basically me and him were just going back and forth, and once I got done talking, he was giving his side of the story and stuff like that. But something I noticed with my dad was my dad, one of the problems with my dad, and it's crazy, it's been all this time and he's still like this. My dad thinks he's never wrong. He thinks he's never wrong. He think everything he does is just the right thing to do. Even if you tell him and prove, hey, bro, you don't do stuff like that, and it's proven that's the wrong thing to do. He's not going to take accountability. So while I'm holding myself accountable, and he's like, yeah, you know, he's like, yeah, you're right. Like he is agreeing with me, but when it's time for him to hold himself accountable for some of his actions, like forcing the Bible onto me, disrespecting me, right? You know, and yes, I did disrespect him, but mostly that was because he disrespected me first. I didn't just disrespect him just out the blue. It was always in retaliation for his shit. Anytime, for the most part, anytime if I make a video talking about somebody, it's because I got disrespected first. I never just out the blue to disrespect someone and then talk shit about people. So all the time when I was talking shit about my parents and certain people, they came at me first, and I'm just responding to the shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, I did disrespect him, but only after he disrespected me. So I say, hey, Dad, you know, I apologize for not cleaning the house, stuff like that. I said, I think he saw some of my videos where I was bashing parents. I said that I no longer have a hatred towards parents. I did say that I do have a problem with oversharing information on YouTube. You know, I do have a problem with that because, you know, even with the situation with my previous partner, there would be times I'll come on YouTube and talk shit about her, and then 2 weeks later we back cool again, you know. And that cycle was on and off. She pissed me off, man, you know what? And this is why women and then 2 weeks later we back fucking again, right? 2 weeks later I'm back busting loads again. So you know, but the people on the outside, they're not aware that after you get done talking shit about someone, that, you know, maybe y'all get back cool again. But the people, they're only thinking about your last video of you talking about them, right? So, yeah, you know, I did say that, you know, that I do have a problem with oversharing and things of that nature, but like I said, when it was time for him to be held accountable for forcing the Bible on me, putting down my hopes and dreams, disrespecting me, he didn't really, he didn't, he did not really care about that. He didn't apologize for it. He had gave like a half-ass apology, like, oh, okay, like it wasn't really like a sincere apology. It wasn't sincere. I do respect him for holding on to his beliefs, but at the same time, if what you're doing is wrong, you need to be held accountable for it. So yeah, I don't see my dad, like, I don't see me and my dad ever being cool like that again as when I was a kid. Me and my dad used to be, man, my dad used to be my hero, man, when I was a kid, dog. But now, I still got love for him, but I don't really see us having that same kind of bond again. It's over. That shit's long and gone. I just don't see it. It's not happening no more. So, because my dad is still the same way. I even told him, like, hey, man, I said, because, all right, chicken's done. Turn this rice up. I even told him, like, hey, man, because there's a period of time where I was questioning the Bible. I said, hey, listen, if someone is questioning something, you shouldn't bash them for questioning something. You should not bash somebody that is questioning something. You shouldn't bash no one for that. Because he would call me backslider. You're a backslider. You're not keeping the faith. You're backsliding. You shouldn't question nothing. You shouldn't question the Bible. He would literally say that. And I'm like, why should I not question something? Why should I just believe 100% of what you say or what this book says? He got mad about that. Or he'll ask me a question like, hey, Sizzle, dog, what's your thoughts on this Bible verse? And I'll tell him my opinion on it. And he'll be like, oh, no, this is what it means. I said, no, I kind of think this is what this verse means. He said, no, it means this. I said, no, I think it means this. And he'll start getting mad because I'm not agreeing with him. I'm like, dude, you asked me for what I thought about it and you getting mad at me for what? So me and my dad, that whole time living with him, I do take accountability for not cleaning up the house. But really, that's mainly it, in my opinion. That's really it. Yes, if a man's working, he's paying on the bills, and you at home all day, clean that fucking house up. Wash them dishes, take that garbage out. Mop that floor. He's working. If you living with someone for free, you should be holding your own weight. So, of course, I should have did that. Of course, why not? You got free room and board. Why you can't clean the house up? So I take accountability for me as a man who's more older and mature. I take accountability for that because no man or even female is not gonna let nobody live with their ass for free and they ain't cleaning. Once they get off that 9-to-5 slaving, they come home, crumbs all over the floor. You ain't vacuuming the floor, dishes piled up, counter not wiped off. That's gonna piss someone off, anybody. So I apologize for that, right? My dad is just very oblivious to me. He thinks that I am materialistic, which at the time I was, but now, like, he still thinks that I'm the same way that I was back then. He said, "Oh, I was trying to tell you that law of attraction was false. I was trying to tell you that manifestation was false." And I was like, "Yeah, you was saying that and you was right, but your means of proving me wrong wasn't the most accurate means of collecting data and making a fair assessment in your statement." Meaning, he said law of attraction is wrong. Not because he researched it, tried it himself, and then he proved it wrong himself. And he's telling me, "Hey, I've looked into it, I've researched it, I tried it, and it's wrong." His reasoning was, it's not real. Why? Because it's not in the Bible. So that's like me saying something like that. That's like you trying to tell me something that I never heard of, and then I'm like, "Oh, that's not true." Why is that true? Because it's not in the Quran. So yes, I'm right about it's not being true, but I didn't really study it or look into it or collected data on it. I just simply said it's wrong solely because it's not in the Quran. So he was right that it was false, but his method of finding the truth about it was incorrect, if that makes sense. So he's like, "Oh yeah, you was delusional to believe in that." And I said, but at the same time, he's also delusional because he believes in Jesus Christ. So both of us was delusional because you believe in Jesus. We was both delusional. The thing is now I'm out of that, and you're still delusional. You're still praying to a God who's not gonna do shit for you. So you see, when I was trying to hold my dad accountable for his faults, he wasn't budging. He wasn't trying to hear it. He gave me a half-ass apology, right? And yeah. Do I still love my dad? Yes. Are we gonna be hanging out, cool, talking on the phone all the time? Hell no. But oh shit. Oh my God. I wipe my nose, bro. Sorry about that. But yeah, are we gonna be just laughing it up and ha 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 and kicking it? Hell no. That's over with. Them days are gone. That father and son bond has officially came to an end. It's over with. We're not doing that no more. That's over with. I still love my dad. I hope he's doing well for himself, but I can just see just by talking to him that day. And we still have to have one more conversation, but I believe after our last phone call, that's going to be it. It's not going to be no more. That's probably the last time I'm going to call his ass. Real talk. I don't see myself talk to his ass ever again after this. I just don't see it. After this last phone, we may have one more phone call. After that, he would never get a call from me again. I don't hate the man. I still love the man. It's still my dad. We even though our relationship ain't good now, we had a great relationship as a child. When I was a child, I used to love going to my dad's house and kicking it with him. I used to love that. Playing Mortal Kombat, Shaolin Monks, Armageddon, Deception, playing video games, fishing, studying the Bible together, going on road trips and stuff like that, going to Thanksgiving and going to the mall for back to school shopping. Those memories will always be in my head. I love my dad, right? If despite all the shit that I talked about him, because my dad's annoying as fuck. I'm gonna be straight up. My dad's annoying as fuck. Even if he was to die today and he had a funeral and people say, "Hey, Tyshawn, what's your thoughts on your dad?" I'm not going to say, "Oh, my dad was the most best man ever." I'm be like, "Oh, But I love my dad. Me and my dad had a great relationship as a child, but my dad was annoying as fuck. I'ma say it just like that. I'm not finna fucking try to make him seem like he was the best nigga in the world. When he's gone, that's fake. I love my dad. My dad is not necessarily a bad person. He's just annoying as fuck, and he wants to assert his opinion on you. No matter what you say to him, he wants to assert it. I even told him, "Hey, Dad, you know, I didn't like how you was trying to force the Bible onto me." He said, "Well, that's what I'm supposed to do, and that's what I should do. I should force my belief onto you, because if I don't, when you die and you meet the Lord, you're gonna be judged and you'll go to hell and all this other Christian bullshit." So, for me personally, I can't fuck with people who want to force shit onto me. You ain't forcing shit on me. If I tell you I don't want to hear that shit, keep it to yourself. You know? I made videos bashing the Bible and stuff like that, which I still don't give a rat's ass about, about religion. There are some good parts to, there are some good aspects of being religious. There are some good parts to religion, but overall, it's not for me. But yeah, there's some good parts to it. But if so as of now, I don't bash people who's religious. I don't bash religious people. I don't bash normies. I don't bash parents anymore. I disagree with certain behaviors, but I don't bash them. I do bash for people not taking a stand, not taking a stand against this system. I do bash that, being a coward. I do bash that. But a lot of other shit, a lot of things that I used to bash, I don't bash no more. Right? So, but when I say, hey man, so no longer do I force my beliefs on other people, and I want that same reciprocity, or if I said that right, I want that same reciprocity reversed back onto me. People not forcing their beliefs onto me. He wasn't trying to hear that, which I understand where he's coming from. My dad don't want me to burn in hell and all of that shit, but I don't believe in that shit. But yeah, that, and what else he said. My dad cherry picks the Bible to a certain extent. All he cares about is if people are gay. Oh, your generation supports homosexuality. That's a sin. Oh, it's like, bruh, that's not the only sin in the Bible. You can go to hell just for lying. You can go to hell for being a thief. You can go to hell for committing adultery, fornicating. A lot of Christians, they only focus on gay. Oh, he's gay. It's like, but you're committing fornication. You're committing adultery. You're lying. You are lying. You're stealing. All you caring about is that nigga over there sucking somebody's cock. But you not caring about nothing else that the Bible talks about. So, and it sucks because I have a little brother that I haven't seen in like fucking six years, who's 10 years old now. He was a little baby when I saw him. I talked to him on the phone. He's speaking full sentences. I'm like, damn, wow, So shout out to my little brother. But he's growing up with this guy, and he's gonna be indoctrinated by this guy, believing in religion and Christianity, all this shit. There's gonna be another cycle of this shit again. So I love my dad. Some of my videos where I was bashing my parents, some of the things I said was wrong, but there's some things that I said, hey man, my parents ain't innocent. My parents have done some shit to me that was some bullshit, and I was just frustrated about it. Now, there's some things I said that was wrong. Yes. Maybe in the future, I may, if I get my channel back, I may do a reaction to my old videos bashing my parents and give a more updated opinion on my old previous statements. But some things I do not regret saying, because if someone's treating you like shit and you get mad about it, you're supposed to get mad about that. No one's gonna get treated like shit and be all calm about the shit. So I do love my dad, man. I hope he's doing well, but we may have one more talk, and after that, man, he probably won't even hear from me again. With all due respect, because my dad, he's not going to change. He's going to be that, oh, I'm a Christian, I'm a